You know, nowadays there are a lot of WWE content creators between TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. That doesn't count. If you're popular over there, who cares? But but we are, of course, in the era where you're hearing everybody's opinions. I don't know if our brains are able to handle everybody's opinion, but you hear them, including from people like me or whoever, and sometimes those opinions are pretty bad. I asked you guys this on Instagram. Okay, I'm doing another video that I need you guys to help with responses. I want you to tell me what the worst take you've ever heard a WWE content creator give ever. It could be me, could be somebody I know, somebody I don't know. Let me know what the worst wrestling take of all time you've ever heard from a YouTuber is. Put it right here. It also would help me if you told me the video, because I'm gonna react to it. So tell me what they said and what video I can find it in, and you'll probably be in a video. So let me know. Thank you. And today I'm going to be reacting to your responses. Now I'm disappointed because a lot of you guys just didn't listen to the video. You just gave your own hot takes, or you just said some bullshit, and it's like, what are you doing? You're not even gonna get into. Actually, kid, throw up the most ridiculous ones you've seen from the screenshot I sent you, but don't even put their usernames in it. They don't deserve the recognition. All right, you get an F for not trying. However, there are some people that did give me some good responses. Let's actually just get the elephant out of the way, get the elephant out the room. My mentions: Braun Breaker. You don't like Braun Breaker. I get it. Okay. Now listen. Here's the thing. I guess I'm synonymous with being the only fucking person that doesn't, really. I don't want to say not like him. I'm not into Braun Breaker. Everybody thinks that I think that Braun Breaker sucks or that he's not good. Like I think he can wrestle. My problem is, like, everybody in WWE for the most part can wrestle. You know what I mean? And he is super explosive. I love his spear. I think he's super fast. I like the thing where he falls off the top rope and delays the little Hurricane Rana spot. I like that. It's nice. It's cool. My problem with Braun Breaker is I have no reason to care about him. You know what I mean? But I also don't like this idea that everybody's so shocked or like, oh, he's the fucking greatest thing to ever happen. What's your favorite Braun? Let me ask you at home. What's your favorite Braun Breaker match? Tell me 5 spots from that match. It's like, for me, yeah. The thing is, I'm not like one of these other people that can like not admit when they're wrong or when they've changed their minds. If there's ever a day where I'm like, dude, Braun Breaker did some fucking awesome shit, I'll tell you. When I was at SummerSlam and he put the straps down and he had the straps down, put him back up, and then took him back up, I thought that shit was awesome. I thought that was very funny. I thought it was intense. I thought it was just an entertaining thing to watch. Braun Breaker has good moments. I'm like, you sit here and think that I'm just like hating all the time just for the sake of it. I'm not into like his presentation at the moment. He took out the World Heavyweight Champion. He's not even in the World Heavyweight Championship picture. That's not his fault. You know what I mean? I think that's another thing. Everybody thinks I'm just saying like Braun Breaker himself is just not good. That's not true. He's got all the potential in the world. His promos, I'm not big on. I mean, he had like a couple lines on Raw the other night and he fucked like one of them up. Whatever, that happens. But it's like I don't know. Like besides like the last like 2 minutes of the match with LA Knight, I don't know if anybody was making much noise besides like a few barks. You know what I mean? And then the yeahs from LA Knight when he's punching somebody. It's just like I don't see it. There's nothing about him that makes me go like, oh, this is like the next guy. I think that also has something to do with it. I'm being told you're gonna like see this person in the main event scene for the next 10, 15 years, and I'm like, okay, like I just haven't seen a reason to like be excited for that ever. You know what I mean? I wasn't really a big fan of the NXT run, and that's not super him because I think he can wrestle, but it's like it's more than that. I need more than that. He doesn't fucking talk. He doesn't have any storylines. You know what I mean? His matches are kind of quiet for the most part. You go back and watch him, the Intercontinental Championship match he had. I don't know if anybody gave a shit like ever, but because everybody online is like, Braun Breaker's the next best thing, you gotta take that and run with it because that's the gospel of the WWE community. And if I don't fucking think the same thing, I think that's okay. But you know what? If I'm gonna take the heat for that, so be it. I'm gonna stand on business. So this is the only fucking one that actually gave me like a response and a video to look at. 3 minutes and 40 seconds in top 10 worst WWE champions by Tap Out Corner. Just watch it for yourself. I've gotten no context to this. We'll actually just do it. I'll give kids some easy editing to do. I'm just gonna find this myself. I'm trying to think of who it could possibly be, because it has to be real bad for you to have the timestamp and everything on here. Okay, so I found the video. Let me turn the thing here real quick. So 3 minutes and 40 seconds is what I'm going for. Where are we at? First of all, Braun Strowman is number 10. Was he ever a fucking WWE champion? I hate channels like this that like will make shit up. You know what I mean? Like clickbaity is one thing. You have to nowadays, you know, in life, like sensationalize some stuff to try to, you know, get some eyes on you. And I think that works when it actually works contextually with what you're talking about. Top 10 worst WWE champions. Universal champion Braun Strowman. Okay, that's fine. Oh, world champions. So whatever. I'm just gonna go fuck myself. That was nice though. Getting that hate off my chest, even if it was unnecessary. I'll take it. All right, let's see what's going on.
Ray never really needed it. I mean, look at how popular he is. Someone who could have used a really great World Championship reign though is number 8, Dolph Ziggler. Technically, Ziggler is a 2-time world champion. In 2011, Dolph was feuding.
Is that bad? Just see for yourself. Dolph Ziggler being, no, I mean, again, this is not like, I think people like interpret saying that this person's reign is bad or I'm not into this person as like it's their fault specifically. If I thought like, say Braun Breaker, if I said, oh, Braun Breaker, I don't think he can wrestle and he fucking stinks, I would say that. I've never said that fucking one time, but everybody's taken that and ran with it. Dolph Ziggler in the video top 10 worst WWE World Champions, I think that's objectively kind of a fact. The first one, he lost in a day from like whatever. And then the second reign, unfortunately, had the concussion. And then they just took the belt off of him and gave it to Del Rio. And he didn't have a good reign with it. That's a bad world championship run. It's not on him. You know what I mean? I don't think that's a hot take for saying that he's like oh, I had the source on this the whole time. But you get the point. You get the point. I don't think that one's that bad. Dude, I fucking hate all of you. Like, why did no one tell? You're just giving your own hot takes. Was I not clear? Why are you saying stuff? You're not gonna be in the fucking video. You know what I mean? Your kid throw up a random one. Yeah, we'll take. Yeah, thank you for the response. Heard Santi's app say Punk versus Gunther wasn't as good as Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. What? What are we comparing it to? Like, I don't understand. Why are we comparing those matches? I guess it's like a World Heavyweight Championship. This is like from 2023. I don't remember shit about Rollins and Nakamura. But why? That just feels weird for me to say. Oh, dude. But Punk and Gunther was awesome. What's like the best World Heavyweight Championship match that has happened so far with this new belt? What's been the best one? Punk Gunther might be up there, to be honest. I'm trying to think. I actually really did like the one with Jay where Gunther won it back. That one was really good. Oh, Rollins and Drew Mania 40 was really good. You're not gonna hear me say Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth Rollins up there. They had a nice little feud for a while, I guess. Sure. I mean, it's not the worst take I've ever heard. It's just definitely an eyebrow raise. We actually got a couple Santi ones on here. Santi willingly wanting Logan and Jake Paul versus the Usos actually pissed me off. He wanted that? Okay. Oh, here we go. AM saying Lexus King is ass. He's fucking great. Lexus King is what people think I think about Braun Breaker. You know what I mean? Lexus King has a move that me and Aaron refer to as the running hump, where he takes his dick and fucking whiffs it on the back of your neck, and you you sell off the kid. I don't know if you can find what I'm talking about. He like runs off the ropes and like fucking like teabags the guy as like a move. Like, and then the entrance with the throne, it's like, damn, like that throne shit is cool. He gets up and it's just like all the aura like leaves his body. It's so bad. I'm not gonna, no. There hasn't been one yet that I've been like, all right, like that's agree. When we get like an egregious one, I'm gonna be like, oof. But until then, we'll keep it pushing. God, these responses are actually like so fucking brain dead. Like, it's just like you guys just said whatever. Like, I've never been more disappointed in an audience like in my life until this video. Holy shit. Some guy on TikTok said, "Don't ask for a Jimmy push because he is just Jay but worse in ring." It's like I don't even like separating like Jimmy and Jay in terms of, because like they were a tag team for so long, and it's like their movesets are similar because of that. It's like they wrestle just like each other, and it's like, I guess that's why Jimmy and Jay was so bad at WrestleMania 40, is because like you're pretty much watching like kind of a dude fight himself in terms of like doing the same moves. If Jimmy Uso was in the same position as Jay, it would be like this fucking same thing. It's just like people just, they're hating. People just like hating. So do I. I'm you know, let's continue. God, people really just did not say like an actual fucking content creator. Holy shit.
My disappointment is immeasurable. And my day is ruined.
Aaron claiming that The Undertaker is overrated. It's all just been me, Santi, and fucking Aaron. And the nameless people. Yeah, Aaron has had this thing forever where he thinks The Undertaker is overrated. I mean,
he's right.
I loved The Undertaker when I was a kid. I'm not going to sit here and say that I agree with Aaron, because I don't. But Aaron then brought up to me, he goes, like, does Undertaker have, like, that many classics? And I'm trying to think of the ones besides the Shawn Michaels feud and I guess the Triple H WrestleMania. Mania 27 through 29. Oh, sorry, 25 to 29. All had, I think, my favorite Undertaker matches ever. And then besides that, I really don't know what I would put in there. I think people do take longevity as like importance. Like WWE going, hey, Nikki Bella is one of the greatest female wrestlers of all time. It's like, she's just been around for a while. It's not the same thing. And I don't know, maybe the same thing could be said about The Undertaker. I'm not gonna go as far to say that he's overrated, because I think I'll always be excited to see The Undertaker like perform or do anything. When he was at WrestlePalooza, I was like, whoa. When he's done like special appearances, I've been big pop. I've always been a big Undertaker fan, and I've never thought otherwise until Aaron said something. But also him saying that hasn't made me change my mind on that. But I don't know. Sometimes people have differing opinions that I can understand why they think that way, and maybe that's one of them. I don't know. I gotta be real. BDE saying Primo is a bad wrestler. That's the worst hot take you've ever heard. It's like you just wanted to bring up Brandon's name for the fun of it. Thank you. Hope you're happy with your recognition, Marshall. I also want you guys in the comments, who I feel like are a lot smarter, to tell me a content creator who and their worst hot take of all time. It could still be me. I mean, obviously the Braun Breaker stuff, I'm getting fucking heat for this, but anything else? Kid, is there any, what's the worst hot take you've heard, kid? Oh, I hate that one too. Conman says Mark Henry not his, okay, let me start over. Mark Henry not deserving WWE title from Conman. I don't know the context. This is why, like, I wish like people, like literally nobody actually gave me a video, because I wish they did, because I don't want to misquote Conman. But what I'm interpreting from this is that he said that Mark Henry did not deserve a WWE championship. The thing is, I would, it's like, I don't know if I care enough to really be like, no, Mark Henry deserved that. Like, there's some people that I understand are legends in the business and have been around for a long time and that should be respected. But it's like, you know, maybe, okay, what if like this person had been a WWE champion? But I don't care about like everybody. You know what I mean? I can't sit here and pretend like I give a fuck. Like, oh, Mark Henry was never WWE champion. Oh, dude, like, I'm gonna fucking lose it. I don't have that mentality. However, 2013, after the salmon jacket incident, I think there's a serious argument to be made that Mark Henry should have beaten John Cena for the WWE Championship. The thing is, it's also one segment out of, you know, what could turn into a whole championship run. How much more juice can you get out of that? I mean, the Hall of Pain stuff was great. I think his World Heavyweight Championship stuff, when he beat Orton, I thought that was fucking crazy. I think Mark Henry was also an amazing talent. Like, me sitting here and saying what I'm saying, because I know people like to fucking run with everything because my, you know, Let me stop. Just the community is full with a bunch of fucking brain dead idiots who hear one thing and will be like, let me process this. It's something fucking completely different. I'm not shitting on Mark Henry as a performer. I think he's really good. But I don't know, like him, oh my fucking God. Well, we got a Van Vliet mention, not Chris Van Vliet, but just Van Vliet, who I've actually recently been following on social media and stuff like that. A TikTok from him, Chad Gable is a better version of Kurt Angle. And then they also added everything AJ Francis said. I agree. But Chad Gable is a better version of Kurt Angle. I think people have this like, nostalgic mentality a lot of the time where like, because it's happened first or it's like older, that means that anything newer can't be better than it. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, they did the same thing in the 90s and that was way better. Is that only because it was in the 90s? Is that only because you grew up watching that specific thing? It's like times can change, things can improve. Is Chad Gable a better wrestler than Kurt Angle? Holy shit. I mean, it definitely is a hot take. You know what I mean? It's definitely something you got to sit with and think about. I don't think because like, here's the thing. Kurt Angle, more successful than Chad Gable. Definitely very similar wrestling styles. And I think Kurt Angle had more of a main event career than Chad Gable has had up to this point. But that's not what we're talking about here. It's whether or not Chad Gable is a better all-around performer in ring, I'm assuming on mic, whatever, than Kurt Angle is, regardless of status in the company. And I don't know. It's very hard to compare the two because like they are like the same, like even down to the finisher. You know what I mean? That one's hard to say. I mean, Kurt Angle, and again, me saying that doesn't mean that Kurt Angle is not better than Chad Gable. But it's like, maybe you just got to sit down and think about it. Dude, I think back to Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21. That is my second favorite match, like, probably of all time. And Kurt Angle really was, like, fantastic. For somebody that didn't, like, for somebody that came up the way that he did or, like, came from the background that he had, you wouldn't expect that to translate so well into professional wrestling. Gable Steveson being one of the people. Yeah, but, dude, Kurt Angle was fantastic. The thing is, Gable, it's the same story for the most part. Wow. I'm actually interested in that. Chat. Comments. Let me know what you think. Who's better, Chad Gable or Kurt Angle? I don't know how I feel about that. For real, you got to give me some time with that one. Anything Wheezy Blonde has ever said, TBH? What the fuck? Whoa. See, now we're just hating. You know what I mean? Now we're just hating for the sake of hating. And dude, I don't know. I can't even think of like a does Wheezy Blonde do takes like that? I mean, I know she does like I guess hot take stuff every now and again, but herself, like I don't know if I've ever heard something like super egregious from her. But I mean, maybe I'm not paying attention enough. I don't know. Sure, I guess everybody has their opinions. Oh, I got this one as well. This person didn't have my name in it. I'm sure maybe Kid could find one with my name in it, but I got a couple of these. I got the Braun Breaker one, and then other people said me saying that WrestleMania Night 1, the main event, is not a real WrestleMania main event. It's not. And I stand by that. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. It's just not. Like, a main event, like, cannot be like a less, like, I understand the main event of WrestleMania Night 1 is the Night 1 main event. Okay? But WrestleMania is a 2-night event, but it is in itself one event. So I think literally, regardless of what WWE tells you, I know a lot of you like to take WWE's dick and shove it as far down your throat as you possibly can, but them telling you that it counts, of course they're going to tell you that it counts because they want the Night 1 to mean something. If they told you, oh, Night 2 is the only actual main event, who's going to buy tickets to just Night 1? It's a business strategy and you're falling for it. However, in a literal sense, it's like, the Night 2 main event is the one that counts. And my argument for that is also, 24 hours apart doesn't mean that we're having 2 main events. It's a big intermission. And obviously you're going to have a big match to carry that over into Night 2. I'm not discounting that the Night 1 main events aren't like a big deal. But if you're going to sit here and tell me that, I mean, let's go for example, Mania 39, right? Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes was the main event of Night 2. Okay, if the Night 1 main event meant as much as the Night 2 main event, why wouldn't you just do Roman and Cody on Night 1? Because it's not like the main event, is it? It's not. But then if your argument for that is like, oh, well, that's the bigger match, so of course it's going to go on night 2. That's my point. You know what I mean? It's like, why would I sit here, like CM Punk, sure, if he wants to sit around and be like, I main evented WrestleMania, good for him, because from the company standpoint, he did. But like, why would I want to be in the less important Mania main event? Now if we're doing this, now we're going to categorize like how important main events are. My thing is like, Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks, should they have main evented night 2 then? What's the difference? Who cares? No, because Roman, Edge, and Bryan was advertised as the way bigger WrestleMania match. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns from Mania 38 was like, they called it the biggest WrestleMania match of all time. Why not just do it on night 1? Because it's not the fucking main event of the show. It's just not. They saved the less important match in their eyes for the night 1 main event. If I'm main eventing night 1 of WrestleMania, I'm going in there knowing that, okay, my main event is not as important as the other one. Which, does that make it as much of a WrestleMania main event as the night 2 ones? No. It like literally doesn't. I literally can't sit here and understand how so many people feel so strongly about this. And I understand, you know, I'm a big advocate for opinions. I'm not gonna sit here and say you're stupid for thinking so. I just can't think of a reason to support the idea that night 1 main events are like a WrestleMania main event. I'm sorry, like, okay, Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks and Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin were like in a main event slot at WrestleMania. That's as far as I'm willing to go. But as far as saying that's the WrestleMania main event, I can't do it. Polana Productions said The Fiend versus Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell was good. The thing is, like, it would have been good. Everything that happened in that match would have been forgiven if The Fiend won. The fucking 18 curb stomps that happened, the ladder and the chair and the toolbox and the sledgehammer, fine. If the Fiend won, but he didn't. It's like that in it, like the moment they rang that bell is when there was no more saving it. They could have saved it throughout the entirety of the match, and it got ruined when they rang the bell. So, you know, I'll never forget how I felt watching that match. I saw it live, not like in the building, but like I saw it like, you know, when it was happening. And I like stood up. Like I usually like used to sit on my bed watching the shows. And I like stood up and like went right to the TV like what the fuck is going on? Like, hey, this dude's still kicking out. It was a suspenseful match when you watch it the first time, and then they rang the bell. So I'm not gonna sit here and say it was good, because I've gone on record so many times saying it is the fucking worst thing I've ever seen, but it's because of the finish. And I'd like to think that if The Fiend won, I'd be thinking about that match way differently. But it's an interesting thing to have an opinion for. Someone on TikTok said Born Breaker, but Braun Breaker should be seen as last match. And here we go. This is, people think I'm gonna. I also don't like, just as much as I don't like people not understanding what I'm talking about with the Braun Breaker thing, I also hate when people are like, hey, Braun Breaker sucks, right, Jaren? Like, can you believe like people want Braun Breaker to face John Cena? It's like, my thing is, it's a smart idea. You know what I mean? If Cena wants to put somebody over on the way out and they're trying to make Braun Breaker the next face of the company, have him do it. I think Braun Breaker really is like missing like that big match that will set it in stone for people that he's like the next big thing. You know what I mean? And like, I don't mean to compare him to Brock Lesnar like that, but when Brock came in, I don't know, like, I think Braun is doing like the Brock My Career story, but it's like taking him longer to actually get like the success. You know what I mean? If Braun Breaker would have come in when he first came in and was destroying everybody, that shit was fucking awesome. He killed like Ricochet and, you know, all these like mid-carders. If he had gone from that to like by SummerSlam or Survivor Series winning the World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE Championship, I think that would have been really, really big for him. And I think something that they like need is a big shakeup like that. But the time that they're taking, the lack of anything that he's got going on, no mic time, you know what I mean? Paul Heyman speaks for him, but like not as exciting as some of the other clients that he's had. And then, like, you know, the matches, it's like, I gotta watch him take heat from LA Knight. Like, that's not what Braun Breaker's supposed to do. When was the last time you've seen Brock Lesnar take heat in a wrestling match? You know what I mean? Braun Breaker should be, like, killing him or like, you know, not staying down for fucking 10 minutes. It's their presentation. But I hate when people are like, oh, dude, can you believe Braun Breaker? Like they want to do this with him. It's like, no, I get it. I've always gotten it. I just don't like, I don't feel it. But making him John Cena's final opponent, it would be weird. Because I do think that I'd like to see like, I mean, who do I want to see John Cena face in the last match? I would have said AJ. My fantasy was AJ beating Dom for the IC title and then facing Cena in that. But like, I don't know. I think Cena should put somebody over on the way out. Why not? But I also want it to be a really like big match, especially after all the fucking money that these tickets were. So I'm conflicted. But Braun Breaker I'd understand. I'd understand. I really just want to stress the idea that like, and while I'm passionate about maybe some of the things that I say, I think something that I pride myself on, for the most part, is thinking for myself. I feel like a lot of these replies, like, oh, you hating on Braun Breaker all the time, he is the next face of the company. It's like, you're like brainwashed. And if you are a big fan of Braun Breaker like that, it's fine. But if you're like, oh, well, whether or not you like it, WWE's gonna make him the face of the company, you sound like a fucking like loser. Like seriously. I hate to be that blunt about it, but my thing is like, you can have an opinion for yourself. You know what I mean? Because everybody's telling you somebody's the next face of the company, or if everybody's telling you, you know, you're supposed to like this match. Say everybody really liked AJ Styles and John Cena and you didn't, like that's okay. You know what I mean? Like you do not have to go with the status quo, what everybody thinks, and then everybody who doesn't think that same way is like automatically stupid. That's the JD from New York mentality. It's like, if you have an opinion other than me, you're an idiot. And I hate that that's like the toxicity that we have in this community, is that like we can't disagree peacefully. If I have a different opinion than you, that's okay. If you have a different opinion than me, that's okay. Clearly you do. Everybody thinks that Braun Breaker's fantastic. And while I'm not saying he's not, it's fine. Like, you guys think different than I do. Oh my God! Sound the fucking ding! Can give me some alarms? Oh no! We got a different opinion alert. He needs to be burned at the stake. It's like that's not how life works. Everybody's so social media brain and so like toxic to everybody. Like, especially wrestling fans are the worst. Wrestling fans are the worst. It's like, it's okay to think otherwise. I promise you. And that's why you haven't heard me in this video yet be like, oh, this is like the stupidest thing I've heard. It's like, these people just are giving their opinions. This is the whole point of me doing this video, though. I wanted to see if there was really something like crazy that somebody had said. And while, you know, there's maybe like a couple of things here and there that maybe would be considered like, whoa, everybody's just telling you what they think. That is never supposed to be a bad thing, ever. Unless it's like discriminatory, you know what I mean? Or like, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for. You get what I'm trying to say. It's like, just let them give it, you know, just let them talk. Why is what I say gospel? Why is what Santi Zap has to say gospel? Why is what Brandon says like you have to just take it as a fact? You don't. Oh my God, Small Afro, he said this about this wrestler. Oh no, I can't believe people are saying that, and now people are gonna run with it, and oh my God, like, oh, people are gonna start saying it all the time, and like, that's not what I think. So it's like, I don't want him to say that. He needs to say something different, because if he thinks the same way like me, then I can feel comfortable. Shut the fuck up. I mean, I am hating, and I love it, and I'm right. And if you don't agree with me, you're a fucking idiot. Welcome back. Santi saying Broken Dreams is an overrated theme song. Now that's egregious. That he might have to get these hands for. What are you talking? Broken Dreams. Broken Dreams is an overrated theme song. You know what's crazy? I like the full version, like the one you can find on Spotify. I like that one better than like the theme song version of it. I love the fucking drum pattern at the beginning. Damn, I think that's the only time I've ever heard somebody not like that song, which is very interesting. So, I mean, yikes. Okay, I think that's it for the Instagram responses. I actually also put this on my community tab, and I am gonna look through some of the responses now. Let's see it. Jim Cornette saying Kenny Omega isn't a good wrestler. I don't know, like what, like beefs like the wrestlers have like within their own community. Because I feel like Jim Cornette has like gone on record like against a lot of people. Kevin Owens, I think, is another one of them. And I think that there are definitely some people that you can't sit here and say that they're not a good like if you think Kenny Omega can't wrestle, it's like that's something that I have to sit here and be like, okay, you are just hating for the sake of hating. Like if you're not a fan of his matches, fine. If you don't think he's a good storyteller in ring, whatever. I also disagree with that. But saying that he's not a good wrestler in general, that's just like not true. I think sometimes you can have like an objective fact, and I think Kenny Omega being a good in-ring performer is an objective fact. I don't see an argument for that personally. But it also makes me think, like, how much beef do you really have with somebody that you're going to sit here and just lie on their name like that? And, like, nobody's believing that either. I know there's Jim Cornette fans out there, and I'm sure both of them agree with him. But, like, we got another Santi theme song one here. I watched Santi Zap do a WWE theme song tournament video on his channel, and bro literally chose Austin Theory's theme song over One of a Kind from Raw. Damn. He also went on my Reddit video and said, Santi's definitely, we need to check his Spotify playlist. I don't know how much we could trust that man musically, because he said that he liked White and Nerdy better than Riding Dirty by Chameleonaire, and he likes Amish Paradise by Weird Al Yankovic over Gangsta's Paradise. And Austin Theory's theme song over Rob Van Dam's theme song, you might, wow. Has he heard like music before? Like, has he just been introduced to music like recently? Like, the drums need to be slow, all right? Or else I'm not a fan. I don't remember ever saying this, but the Insane Elbow is better than the People's Elbow. That is, if I ever said that, I don't know if I have. And if I did, I fucking stand by it. I'm not even a big Kairi Sane fan like that. I think I've gone on record with saying that. Her finisher fucking rules. I think the presentation of The Rock's People's Elbow is better than Kairi Sane's. But if you really look at it, it's like, that's a shitty finisher. Like, that's, besides the all of the stuff leading up to it, that is the best thing out of the People's Elbow and the Insane Elbow, is the fucking taking off the shoulder or the elbow pad, doing, you know, whatever. That part is fucking awesome. But it's a standing elbow drop. He doesn't even jump. He just drops it, and people get pinned off of that. It's like, that's like taking a punch. You know what I mean? But Kairi Sane, for as small as she is, because she's faced some, like, you know, bigger and taller people, she makes that elbow drop look like it fucking kills you. And I as a finisher, hers is way better. But The Rock's presentation of the People's Elbow is better than Kairi's. But I stick by what apparently I said this. I fucking stick by it. We got some YouTuber drama. Am I getting in on this? The Great One shitting on Dank Ops. His video is unlisted, but I think there's a reaction to that video that's still up, but I could be wrong. From Tap Out Corner, he said that the United States Championship title, the current one, is one of the worst WWE title designs ever. I mean, let me go get it real quick. We have it in the office. Now, this actually feels real good after not holding this in the Vibe Universe mode videos, but like, this is, I could have been holding this forever. This could have been my 8-month, whatever, fucking, damn it. But how do you not like this belt? Look at this. This shit is fucking, this is probably like the best belt design in WWE period right now. How is this the worst one? I think, personally, since I started watching wrestling in November 2007, I guess there's only been 2 of these, I guess, besides the Cena belt, but that was a little bit before this time, my time. This, I think, is like the best United States Championship design ever. I like this better than the old one. This shit is fucking dope. You got the eagle. Literally, you got the flag on the belt, the stars. It's the United States champ. This shit is dope. This is a beautiful championship. That's egregious to me. Art is objective, but this belt fucking rules. Subjective, whatever, fuck you. I would probably say that one girl in a previous WWE TikTok video that said she hates Jerry Lawler's guts. Oh, this is in my video. She said she hates Jerry Lawler's guts and wanted to see him burn in hell. Yes, he had some pretty pervy things about the WWE women back in the day when he was a commentator, but damn, that's a bit of an overreaction if you ask me. I mean, yeah. I mean, well, no, I was so quick to say yeah. I mean, I guess saying somebody should die and burn in hell is a pretty insane thing. I can't put myself in the shoes of somebody that maybe has like faced like, because I think it's so easy to discount like things when you haven't dealt with them. You know what I mean? Like when people are mad because they feel like something's a little bit like racist, let's say, a bunch of people who never have to worry about racism in their life are like, oh, here we go, the racism talk again. It's like, just because you don't deal with it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? And I think when it goes to like how women are treated sexually, publicly, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that have been, you know, dealing with some serious things that have happened to them in their life, having to then go to your safe space and hear, you know, somebody say a lot of really nasty things about women, I'm sure it's not the best feeling in the world. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to sit here and say that I've been super offended by Jerry Lawler in my life. But if somebody else has, you never know. You never know what their experiences are. And sometimes it's understandable. Rotten Hell is crazy. You know, if it comes out in 20 years that he's a Shadow Cultaholic, a diddler, then, you know, we'll talk about it. But until then, we'll move on. Let's get one more here. Oh, here we go. This is another one about me. It was the Rhea Ripley thing. I'll read this guy's thing for verbatim. Your take defending the fans that Rhea Ripley tweeted about after they harassed her and almost pushed over her car. You were super underestimating it because, like Kid said, it doesn't matter if there's 10 or 100 fans, it's still harassment. I actually did not like Kid's interjections in that. Kid, I'm gonna be honest with you, because I feel like he took my words and made it seem like I was saying something else. I feel like the point, I guess I didn't articulate my point well enough in that video. But I also think that a lot of people ran with the idea that, like, I'm just so cool with, like, people, you know, approaching these wrestlers or swarming these wrestlers. My point is that is always going to happen. You know what I mean? I think trying to control a sea of people is never going to be the case. Rhea Ripley is going to tweet about it, and I guarantee it, that's going to happen about 5 to 10 more times in her career, maybe more, because that's what happens when you're a celebrity. I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm just saying that I think that the anger that we took from that should be directed at something else. Maybe the way that I said it, it sounded like I wasn't taking that situation so seriously. I don't think she was like in danger. I understand, you know, a woman being swarmed by 20 to 30 men is probably a little like, all right, like what the fuck? You know what I mean? But I also, just from seeing the video, it didn't seem like anybody had like ill will, and that was kind of my point. It was like these people they saw a wrestler, they wanted a picture with them, and they freaked out. You know, WWE doesn't even go to France that often, so it's not something like here where you can like go to Target and see fucking, you know, Jey Uso buying diapers or something. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, but you know, they got excited, they went up to her and they swarmed her or whatever, right? My point is, I think the thing that we actually should have been saying at that point was, why isn't Rhea like protected in these situations? It seems like she was coming from a WWE themed like event. Maybe it was like a meet and greet, or she was like going from her hotel to the show or whatever. And it's like, these people, my point is that these people are always going to do that. You know what I mean? When I heard about what had happened, I thought like she was like dead ass like in danger. And when I watched it, I was like, okay, this is just a celebrity being swarmed by fans, like fucking every celebrity is ever. You know what I mean? So my point is, there should be security around her, because I don't think anybody should be made to feel uncomfortable ever. You know what I mean? In terms of, you know, them traveling from one point to another. Like Rhea should have never been made to feel the way that she felt in that moment. Period. My point is, that's never, like, what happened to her is probably happened to a zillion other wrestlers, and it's going to happen to not only Rhea, but a zillion other wrestlers for a zillion more years. So rather than being like, hey fans, stop doing it, because that's not going to do anything, because people don't listen. Clearly, you see all the people saying that I said Braun Breaker sucks. Never said that. People don't fucking listen. I'm gonna run with it till the day that I die. We should focus on how can we protect these wrestlers better. security needs to be, enforced, which I think they've done since this situation, which, fantastic. Rhea can fucking ride a roller coaster at Six Flags without having to deal with anything. I think that's a fantastic thing. But while fans should be treating these wrestlers better, we are in a community where people are fucking dumb. So, again, you can make as many tweets as you want and call out as many fans as you think you're doing. You're not actually making a difference. My point is, if you want to actually do something, it has to come from the company. Because doing like this tweet or whatever, it's not, you know what I mean? If it was a different story, I would have been more mad at like the fans, and I feel like I wasn't so hard on that situation because, again, that tweet made it seem like they were like shoving her, right? Like they said she was pressed up against her car, and like, sure, I don't know. It didn't come off as extreme to me as it was said before I had watched the clip, and again, maybe I underreacted to it a little bit, I guess. But I also think that people took the point that I was making and ran with it also because of some of the fucking things that were put up on screen in that video as well.
My fault, OG.
I have a pinned comment on that, was it a Reddit video, where I kind of articulated my points a little bit better. Even I think I articulated it better than I'm doing right now. But obviously I don't want fucking Rhea Ripley to be like harassed. Like, who do you think I am? Everybody's waiting for me to fucking say something where it's like, oh, I knew Small Afro was a fucking asshole. It's like, I'm an asshole. Like, what? But I also know, like, the difference between right and wrong as well. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But, okay, that's it. I think we've done this video's long as shit. We'll see you soon. All right.